Inner nerds, what's going on? We're here on episode 5. I'm co-host Mike Varall. This is
Stephen Dobbins.
Welcome to the show. We're going over episode 5, like I already said.
Rampage.
Don't know why I keep saying it. Rampage. So that's cool. How'd you feel about it?
I like this one, even though it was similar to the other ones. But this one brought at least some old school. It gave a little tie-in to something I never really needed before, but I guess now I know.
But yet was satisfying.
I was satisfied.
Yeah.
I thought they did a better job showing some of the family dynamic.
Yep.
A little sad that we kind of moved forward past Crosshair. I didn't get my wish.
Mm-hmm.
I want a Crosshair episode.
Well, who knows? It could happen down the line. We don't know yet.
But if it's the next episode, I'm like, well, I wanted it last episode, so I'm not happy either way.
Yeah,
I'm just not satisfied.
Salty.
I'm salty.
Salty, sir. So let's get into what this episode was really about.
Yeah. I mean, we're floating in space still.
Still.
With no real destination still. So.
Well, no. So Echo has a little tip on this person named Sid. They live on the planet Ord Mantell, and apparently this person, Sid, who happens to be this woman later on in the episode we figure out, she has helped the Jedi and the clones in the past with providing intel. So they're going to her to figure out who the bounty hunter was, which we already know is Fennec Shand, and who hired her in order to figure out why they're being chased down. So we get to that point, then find out that, of course, they need to become mercenaries now, because they're pretty much are, and they need to go figure out and find this person, which they thought was a person, Moochie, which happens to be
I thought it was a kid.
Yeah, a version of a kid, just a gigantic, monstrous rancor kid.
Which we've seen before in episode 5.
Yes, very cool. Very cool to see that.
Or, no, 6.
Goddamn, you embarrassed me. Leave. The same Rancor that Luke Skywalker killed happened to be Moochie.
We get a name now.
Cool, yet sad.
Yeah.
Because now Moochie's actually pretty cool.
I see what you're saying there.
Yeah.
Because he kills her, and Wrecker is actually friends with her now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad.
That's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad yet satisfying.
Slimy? It's satisfying.
Yeah. I guess.
So they end up saving Moochie, they get paid, they find out that the bounty hunter was indeed Fennec Shand, but they still are unaware of who hired Fennec Shand, which we're still speculating is the Kaminoans, and
we'll find out.
Which I honestly, no, I really do think it's gonna happen next.
Oh really? You think it's gonna happen that fast?
I think episode 6 is when we figure out. Or maybe it's like a sort of an episode on a Fennec Shand background story in this, which would be pretty cool to see that play out.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
We're kind of like in a flip of Star Wars here. So like when Star Wars first came out, long before we were born, it was like in the middle, and then when other things started coming out, you were finding out, and now it's like things were already out, so now we're finding out things about what was out. Like, so they're just doing the history of these older characters.
Sad.
With newer characters, we're finding about older characters. But then they should have just ripped off Mandalorian basically in this episode.
Pretty much, which again, it's been their biggest success yet, so they kind of have to.
They literally copy and pasted the storyline. At one point, I was like, are they finding Grogu? I don't know what will happen in the next episode. At this point, I'm just like, all right.
You're here for it.
I'm
You're
here
for the
for
ride,
it. Yeah.
whether you like it or not.
I'm not blown away yet.
I'm not blown away yet. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed this episode.
No, that I did.
With all the comedic relief in there, like with the comms and Omega.
The comm was like, I can't believe they moved forward. They're like, okay, Crosshair's not one of us anymore. It's Omega now.
Yeah, so that was pretty much a stamp saying that he's off the squad.
Wrecker gave the high five in the background.
Yeah, that was great.
Like, welcome to the team. That was awesome.
The fight scene between Wrecker and Moochie was pretty comical towards the end of it. Just false swings.
Need to see an alpha. And he was like, that's easy. Throw his gun down. This is like the 5th time we've talked about this, but we're seeing yet again the fall of the Republic, and slavery is now.
Yeah, we're seeing all these things start to come about, and how the world is slowly changing into what we have known
as the Empire.
The Empire, which I actually am enjoying. I'm not gonna lie.
No, that part was
like
cool.
seeing this.
But the fact that we're seeing like the planets that we'll see down in like other shows and other films, and we're seeing how they came into being is
exactly
very
I
interesting.
mean, more background of the Star Wars universe for me, the better, because I feel like it's just such an untapped universe that we don't really know much about. Although there are 9 films,
Right.
there isn't much behind it, and just to get some more, background stories and some more fluff to the universe for me is satisfying.
Satisfying.
No, I love it. Well, and like the new, what were you calling the new flying lizard? What were you
Oh yeah, this thing looks like Spyro on roids. Or if Spyro had gotten some DNA of Clone Force 99, we see this thing flying about. Moochie kicks its ass, but go Moochie.
Bites his ass, really.
Literally bites his ass. But yeah, seeing those sort of things and all these different creatures and characters like these Zygerian slavers, I don't think I've ever seen them before.
Things,
They look really cool. So I don't know, I enjoy it.
No, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's just, it's pushing the narrative along at a
very slow pace.
But you brought up the point though. Clone Wars was able to stretch out 5 storylines.
Yeah.
This only has the one storyline. So like you already, I mean, it doesn't have to have the one storyline. It chose that because we could have Caleb's storyline. I want to see what's happening with him. I want to see his training, what's going on over there. I would love to see more of Crosshair. I want to see more of Rampart. Like, there's more things they could do.
And now we have Fennec, which we could
see more of
her,
that.
like I said.
Yeah, there's just other avenues that I feel like they're not, and they might. You said it. I mean,
they might. They got what? They got 11 episodes left to cover.
Yeah. It was just the thing is we're comparing it to Mandalorian and Clone Wars, which it's not fair to always like. Those are probably top shelf. Not everything is going to be that. But
it is.
I was hyping Bad Batch heavily. Still, I'm not going down on it yet. I'm still, like Mike said, we just watched it. It was a lot of fun.
Yep.
Great episode. What do you think of how Sid said, like?
Yeah, a little sketchy at the end of that.
You can trust me with secrets.
Trust me with secrets, which is just like kind of, I don't know. Anytime anybody says that, they're foreshadowing themselves to be a bad guy.
They're lying.
So let's keep an eye on her.
I don't trust her.
Also, I want to bring up, again, Wrecker scratching his head a little more intensely this time.
This time was bad.
So I don't know if that ship's going to trigger or not.
Yeah.
Which
and
is going to be sad to see.
They do it with Wrecker, which means Wrecker's going to do something with Omega. I don't know, because like we said, we know for a fact the season's ending with tears.
Yeah.
I'm getting a bad feeling that something's going to happen with Omega, and then Hunter and Wrecker. I thought it was going to be Crosshair, but it might be Wrecker has to, Lenny and what was the book? Of Mice and Men.
Thank you, Robin.
Yes.
That's why you're a hero.
I was looking at Ryan, and Ryan's looking over at the wall. I don't know.
Who was that? Thank you, universe.
You want to know part of that.
Now you know her voice.
Does everyone know? When Lenny gets?
Of course I do.
Yeah. Okay. I was just making sure.
Do you know Mice and Men? Everybody knows Mice and Men.
What do you think that's going to be? Do you think that's up there as a possibility?
I mean, maybe. I mean, someone's going to have to make some sort of tough decision, right?
Yeah. Who is Omega? Because in the universe, she doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking for Ryan for answers here, Ryan. Who is Omega?
I don't know. Tell us now.
This is ridiculous.
Right now.
Right now.
Damn you.
Come on. Who's calling? We're doing this very serious podcast. Ryan won't give us answers. Podcast. We're not even doing a podcast. I can't today. I'm leaving again.
Yeah, I mean, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens at this point, which I'm excited for.
Yeah. It's a great episode. A lot happens. It's a lot of fun. But at the end of the day, nothing really happens.
It's snack time.
That's the Bad Batch episode.
That's the Bad Batch episode 5, Rampage. Thank you so much for watching this video.
Does anyone go on Rampage? Like, we had a corner, no one's corner. We got a Rampage, no one's rampaging. Like, what are these titles?
Like, share, follow, subscribe. We got to get out of here. The day's over.
It's a long day.
We'll see you next time. Peace.